Welcome to Vocaloid 101! What is Vocaloid? Okay, before I start anything, for those of you who are new to my channel, don't know what Vocaloid is, or just curious about a new type of music, then stick around. Veterans may not be so informed about this, but this 101 series is meant to be like a stabilization of the meaning of Vocaloid, how you can relate to it, and maybe to the point of you becoming an artist if you want. Producers are growing up every single day. They're like little plants. I want to bring people into the Vocaloid community as well as teach about some things you may not know about it. So here we go. With your master chef Demosthenes, I'll teach you everything I know, my little grasshopper, and more. We're doing this in a questionary format. Maybe like Q&A. Not about me, but about Vocaloid. Okay, well, since, you're not veterans, obviously, if you're watching the number one, since the number one question is, what is Vocaloid? Pay attention, you might learn something. For those of you new to Vocaloid, or are just happening upon this video because your kid is talking about this strange Vocaloid you know nothing about, then do not be alarmed, because I will answer this very simple question. Vocaloid is a synthetic, computerized voice manipulation program used specifically for music for the purpose of singing. Singing now, it's not going to be voice manipulation like,
well, I'm talking like this in a deep grown voice,
or
I am a robot voice, you can't do any.
Well, actually it is supposed to be like a robot voice. They're trying to make it as human as humanly possible. It's not going to be used as a vocal recorder like conspiracy theorists believe that presidents have used over the course of a millennia since the recorder has been invented. No, that is not what it's about. Vocaloid is basically about music. It's an instrument. Think of it this way. You have a keyboard that you can play drum beats by pressing a button, like do 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 do. Think of Vocaloid as the drum beats on the keyboard, but using individual vowels and consonants that are pressed in a certain way to form a treasure trove of words from varying languages. It's possible, considering I know a Polish author, that Vocaloid isn't primarily Polish or Finnish and don't have language banks, but they've used it anyway. It was hard, but they strove forth and did it. So yeah, a Vocaloid is a character associated with a voice bank, and while the art style is anime-esque, with big eyes and cute cartoon-style watercolor. Don't get mad at me, hardcore fans. This is a way to inform a level almost all people can understand, okay? Even babies. What are babies gonna understand about the word anime? Come on, when you were like 6 years old, did you call Dragon Ball Z an anime or Pokemon an anime? Okay, that's a rant for another day. Do not be fooled. These voice banks are contributed by real people from varying nationalities and languages, and sometimes this can translate into the character design as well, especially the American English Vocaloids. These things are not singers, while used as singers, but as instruments for any type of use. There are some called voiceroids, which are Vocaloids used for speech rather than song, being how Vocaloids are unique in that they have a vibrato range, and pretty much anything else a real singer has. Like say the soft palate at the top of your throat when it's raised or lowered. It sounds like this. Well, when it's raised, it sounds like this. Get it? You can also make it talk nasally, or you can make it talk deep in the chest. Anyway, that's beside the point. Sometimes has a heavy accent, but that has more to do with a contributor for the Vocaloid not being able to use the English language properly. Or you could also go with Megurine Luca's case, which came with an incomplete voice bank. I don't know why they did that. This brings us to question 2. Is Vocaloid just Japanese? Actually, here's a tidbit of information that some veterans may not know. Vocaloid was developed by YAMAHA, yes, the one that makes drums, keyboards, and boats, in Europe in 2004. The starting stages were a work in progress since 1999, or somewhere around that. The first ever Vocaloid was Lola, and then Leon. But these two were meant to be for operatic sounds for Yamaha's keyboard function, like I mentioned before. It wasn't how they marketed though, which led to its eventual failure. More on that in an according to demo video. Leon and Lola were voiced by one woman who sung soul and a little R&B. So there's that. I don't know the voice provider. Japan took it and formed it around their cutesy culture, and boom, we have Miku! Basically the face of Vocaloid. If you're worried about not understanding the lyrics, most famous songs are already translated in videos on YouTube. Or you could also go to animelyrics.com. I'll put it up there. Future demo will just plaster it on the screen. But Vocaloid is special because it isn't about the singer if she's bad or not. For some, it may be, depending on how well the song is done. But if in one song Hatsune Miku, the poster girl of Vocaloid, says bad word, it doesn't mean she's bad on a universal scale, get it? Question number 3. Who makes the music? The main foundation of all Vocaloid is the music behind it, ranging from all types of genres like pop, to jazz, to rock, to metal, to death metal, and pretty much any type of genre you can think of. And not to mention producers like Utsupi and Yo-Yuppei created a new type of music using the cute little girls of Vocaloid and adding intense metal music that has turned out to be a sensation across Japan, forming into a very well-known group called Baby Metal. Yes, Yo-Yuppei actually had a hand in creating some of their songs, so you can't tell me Vocaloid is not a contributor to culture. At least someone's culture. The people who created the music can either be a commissioner who makes music for any purpose, not just for Vocaloid, a group of people like a band, or just the producer themselves. Producers are specific people who take credit for the songs they produce under their name, but try not to forget the artists that work along with them. Producers, according to PiaPro, a major Vocaloid site, says that to be a producer, you have to manipulate the Vocaloid's voice yourself at minimum. This is sad for the actual music makers, but most of the time the producers mooch off of other producers as ask for some help. Like all those music videos with, featuring blah. It's not that way with Vocaloid. It can be. But it's usually blah A and blah B, not blah A featuring blah B. Get it? I'm confusing myself. But like I said, it can be, just not usually. We'll take the Vocaloid song Karma, which is attributed to Circus P, but it's also produced by Creep P too. Most people don't know that, and that's a little weird and kind of heart-reckoning, but, most producers have a P at the end of their name, like Pinocchio P, Mashigurita P, Circus P, and Creep P. Get it? Creep P? It's like creepy. I don't know. He's an eyeball. I don't know. Sometimes use katakana names if they are like Japanese. Like Utsupi, which in English means Depression P. And mostly, their names reflect their music. So you can probably guess what Depression P kinda sounds like. Anyway, so, on to question number 4. That is probably the worst question you could ever ask a Vocaloid fan. Is Vocaloid a genre? No. Well, kinda not really, but think about this. Vocaloid is classified by Yamaha as an instrument. Would you hear a jazz piano in a heavy metal song? Mostly not, but someone could have done it. I could not name one, but if you do know, place it in the comments. I'm eager to listen to weird experimental music. Anyway, it might be good, it might not, I don't know. But Vocaloid can be molded into different forms and genres like an actual singer can. If you want some examples, Rolling Girl is a very popular song, and I would classify that as maybe pop rock. Echo is an extremely popular song in the American community, and would be classified as probably techno pop? Maybe? Are you seeing a correlation here? Vocaloid works very well in pop music, but that's not to say it doesn't work very fast-paced music, high-octane, like, let's say, Xenon P speed power metal music. If you know the band Dragon Force, then Xenon P is the Dragon Force of Vocaloid. I'm serious, his music is so... It's like, how does your hands not erupt into flames playing on that guitar? Yo-Yo-Pei is very popular in Japan as well, as some of his songs are in the Vocaloid Hall of Fame. Like Leia, he uses metal as a propping to back up his pop undertones. I would add that Vocaloid goes very well with ambience, house, R&B, rap to a point, jazz, blues, opera to an extent, and melodic death metal. Oh yeah, you can make the Vocaloid scream her lungs out. And it's not just hers, it could be his too. Pop, rock, techno, and nu metal are probably the most recognizable music genres of Vocaloid. If you look hard enough though, you can find almost all genres and maybe even some mashed together to create a new genre. I know I like some of the chiptune music from Starbucks. On a side note, I'm not very, every producer has a P at the end, so yeah, wow, this has gone into a long time. Okay, well, that's all for this 101. I hope you understand Vocaloid just a little bit better. I'll be continuing this for the next, till I'm done. So, if you want more Vocaloid or gaming content, then press that subscribe button. And if you want to see more Vocaloid 101, which next one will be 102, and I'm just going to keep going with that, then click the like button as well. Since you're new to this, I'm just going to say this. Since you're watching this about new stuff about Vocaloid and probably don't know what Vocaloid is, you probably don't know much about my channel, then go ahead and like. Cooking is a form of pressing, so you can, in my words, you can cook the subscribe button, and then you can cook the like button, but as all my subscribers know, I really do want you to share to your friends. Throw out that Vocaloid community and say, hey, pick it up to all who wants it. So anyway, I'm gonna leave on this high note, sounding like a pastor. I know you'll come back to this sanctuary. I will be here, teaching you about everything you need to know. Catch it next time.